What's up guys, Aqua Supreme here with another video. Today we are going to be talking about algae, how does it appear, why does it appear, and how to get rid of it. So if you're into that and you want to learn more about algae and how to get rid of it, please stay tuned, watch the video to the end, and yeah, let's get it. Hope you enjoy. Alright, so as you guys can see here, I had my tanks running for about a week and a half now, a week. And yeah, lots of algae everywhere, on the glass, on the wood, on the filter a little bit, yeah, on the glass, on the gravel itself. And in this tank we also have algae over there, on the filter, and there was on the wood. But yeah, this tank looked much worse than it is looking now, yesterday. Today is currently the 21st of May, Sunday, and I added in some Bristlenose plecos yesterday, and I'll pop up a video of how this tank looked yesterday. Compared to how it's looking now, still a little bit of algae, but looking much better than this tank. Alright, so starting off, how does algae appear and why does it appear? There are a few main reasons for algae appearing and building up, colonizing, for algae colonizing. First reason that I got is lighting. As you guys can see here, I have these LED something lights. They're about 12 watts each. I got 3 of them on these tanks, and the reason for that I'll tell you guys now. And here I have one in there. The reason for that is I wanted my plants to grow in properly. As you guys can see, they were a bit dead. No, they weren't looking the best, and I wanted them to grow in. It has helped, it has worked, but it also caused all this algae to grow with it. And just to show you guys that algae can grow without any nutrients or whatever in this tank, as you can see, I have no fish, no sorts of ammonia or whatever. I'm not feeding anything in this tank. As you guys see, nothing. And there is still algae growing on the wood. I did clean it out a little, but yeah, there is algae growing on the wood. And that reason for the lighting that we got over here, and the fact that this tank sits directly in the sight or in the view of the sunlight coming through in the morning. So lighting can be a reason for your algae growth. And then for the second reason why algae grows and how it appears is you overfeeding your tank. What happens with overfeeding is the food falls down to the ground, it lays there, and then it decomposes over time. And what the algae does is it uses that decomposing food for nutrients to grow. So that can also be a big reason for algae growing. I did also overfeed my fish because I wanted them to grow, and it has worked. They've grown a lot over the past week. I know, shocking, but they did. But yeah, I'm gonna dial back on that now, and I'll continue on with that reason later on. And then the third reason that I got is obviously if you're starting up a new tank, algae is going to appear. Your tank has to mature and it has to find its rhythm of becoming an ecosystem. So algae is going to appear when you first set up your tank. You have to know that it is going to happen, but you can get rid of it or dial it down a little with these few tips that I'm going to give you guys. And I'll also be demonstrating them over the course of a week to show you guys how it works and to show you that it works, and that you can do the same to get rid of your algae. So first of all, I am going to dial back on the lighting. I've had it about for each day running for 10 hours because I wanted my plants to grow. So now I'm going to dial it down to 8 hours a day of lighting, and then I'll shut off the lights. Second, I am going to stop overfeeding my tank. I think the fish have grown enough now, so I'm going to stop doing that. Any food that does fall down, I will try and siphon out, otherwise I'll just leave it there. But it shouldn't be a problem. I'm not going to overfeed my tanks anymore. And then third of all, you can get yourself some, as you've seen, some algae eating fish or invertebrates that will clean your tank for you, help you clean your tank, or well, get rid of the algae. They don't clean your tank, but they get rid of the algae for you guys, which includes bristlenose plecos, your shrimp or your snails. They are excellent in helping you clean up your tank, and I'm going to keep on filming these tanks for a week. The one tank has bristlenose plecos inside of it, so the tank is much cleaner a day after it. But in the other one, I am just going to dial back on the lighting and stop overfeeding that tank, and then we'll see how the tank progresses over the next coming week, just to prove to you guys that it does work by just doing those two things. But you can also add in your algae cleaning fish. Alright guys, we are back. It is currently the 28th of May. Yeah, 1 week after I done that algae, well, the beginning, the part 1 of the algae video, and now it's the following week to see if there are any changes inside of the tank just by reducing the lighting for 2 hours a day and not overfeeding our fish anymore. I do feed them twice a day, my neon tetras. So yeah, here are the results. So as you guys can see, not a lot has changed, honestly. To me it looks worse than it was a week ago. As you see, we got fungus, whatever, growing on the driftwood again after I cleaned it last week. So reducing the lighting and stop overfeeding, maybe it will work over a long period of time, but definitely not over the course of a week. That doesn't work. So if you're going to do that method, just by if you are going to do that method of of reducing the lighting in your tank and stop overfeeding your tank, then just be patient with that whole process. It's not gonna just go away after a week. It will probably take a month. Yeah, but I don't have that amount of patience. I really don't. So I am going to get me some helpers to get rid of this algae, and I'll show you them in about a week's time. Yeah, I'll get them in about a week's time. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you liked what you saw. Hope you learned something. I definitely have. And stay blessed. Peace.